Well, my name is Siri of Siri Theory, the concept that I haven't developed yet. And I'm here with my fabulous twin sister, the singer-songwriter Karen Blaine, who's going to step up now and treat us to some of her fabulous stuff. We are, in fact, twins, and I'm 6 minutes older. And that actually makes a difference in the family hierarchy. She's very bossy. That's why they named the app after me. I had it first. I'm a know-it-all. And so I'm her biggest fan, and I'm really happy to be here. So can you give it up for Karen Blaine? There's a song called Modern Day Living, which is one of my favorite songwriting themes. I'm finding it increasingly difficult to be a human in this world. You know, human like the blood and guts kind, the kind that can think and have an imagination and yay. Back there behind, you know what I'm talking about. Soul Food Books is all about that stuff. Well, this modern day living, it brings out the worst in me. What I got, I don't want. What I don't got, I really, really need. I surround myself with similar minds. We're petty and we're pouting most of the time. Oblivious to spiritual crimes. We think living's the same as having. And I want a man with big muscles on his chest. I want to get lost in the mystery of his differentiated pecs. And when the conversation turns kinda dull, I'll see him like a picture hanging on my wall, and I'll compliment myself on my excellent taste. Ain't living the same as getting. And yesterday, I got my new catalog in the mail. You know, everybody's secret is having their summer sale. Well, I want the pink satin, I want the blue lace. I want those big tits with no hips and no waist. I want the kind of lifestyle that comes with that face. Ain't living the same as buying. Thank you. And I'm going to be famous someday, somewhere. And I would like each and every one of you to be there. I'm going to bleach my hair blonde for the camera lights, create a trend from my deep inner life, carefully packaged and merchandised. Ain't living the same as selling. When this modern day living, it brings out the worst in me. What I got, I don't want. What I don't got, I really, really need. So I surround myself with similar minds. We're petty and we're pouting most of the time. Oblivious to spiritual crimes. We think living is the same. We think living is the same. We think living is the same as having and getting and buying and selling and having and getting and buying and selling and having and getting and buying and selling and having and getting and buying and selling. And did I say buying? Thank you so much. I have been around this world, and one thing I have observed: trouble always comes around when some fool is wanting more. Yeah, when some fool is wanting more. Like you over there. Hey, you got a nice wife, and she treats you just fine. But oh no, you gotta have a little something on the side, don't you? Oh yeah. Trouble always comes around now when some fool is wanting more. There was Adam, there was Eve, underneath the apple tree. God was smiling down on them. God was saying, yeah, this is good. Yeah, God was saying, this is good. Then Eve says to Adam, come on, baby, take a bite. You know I'm bored here in paradise. Oh, trouble always comes around when some fool is wanting more. Once there was a president, and everybody loved that man. Yeah, he was sharp, yeah, he was smart. He was gonna do a little good. Old Bill Clinton was gonna do a little good. Oh, there he was, the most powerful man in the world, under his desk with some wild-eyed girl Bill. Trouble always comes around there, oh, when some fool is wanting more. And Bernanke had lots of friends over in banking, and when the system started tanking, they said, what can we do? Oh, they said, what can we do? So they told the American people, this is so complicated, you'll never understand. But we're gonna take all of your tax dollars and give them to our friends. Yeah. Trouble always comes around here, when some fool is wanting more. There are 7 deadly sins. They say that pride's the worst of them. I'll tell you what, I don't agree. I think the worst sin is greed. I think the worst sin is greed. 'Cause greed will make the rich steal from the poor. Greed will make us send our sons and daughters off to war now. Trouble always comes around here when some fool is wanting. Trouble always comes around here when some fool is wanting.
some fool hands on in my. Oh, winds on. That's the way that goes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a song of mine. It's on my new CD, which I have for sale. Me and my guitar, we recorded live in a studio up on Whidbey Island where I live. It's called Modern Day Living. It's also on Bandcamp if you'd like to download your tracks, and you're welcome to purchase it there. You know, recording is great, but I tell you, nothing beats the stage for this girl. Anyway, a long time ago, I was in a songwriting contest, the Kerrville Folk Festival, which if you're a folkie, that's like a big deal. And if you become a finalist, you go down to Kerrville on your own dime. And you get free camping in the cow pasture for a week. It's a big effing deal. Anyway, the cowboys down there like this song, I guess. Oh, honey, sugar, sweetheart man, send me a kiss tonight. Send it strong, yes, send it fast. Send it straight to my heart. Oh, honey, sugar, sweetheart man, I'm no good alone. There's too much darkness around my mind. There's too much longing for my home. Oh, honey, hey, sugar, hey, sweetheart man, I'm wishing on a star. I'm wishing we will never be too far apart. Well, there ain't nothing like the sound of my baby talking. There ain't nothing like the feel of his tenderness. There's nothing sadder than a lover singing the blues. Oh, honey, hey, sugar, hey, sweetheart man, say a prayer for me and all the lovers without love who share this night with me. Yeah, there ain't nothing like the sound of my baby talking. There ain't nothing like the feel of his tenderness. There's nothing sadder than a lover singing the blues, the blues. Oh, honey, yeah, sugar, yeah, sweetheart man, say a prayer for me and all the lovers without love who share this night with honey and sugar and sweetheart man. Say a prayer for me and all the lovers without love who share this night with me. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, the days are getting longer, and as I'm fond of saying, reminding myself that I can soon be tapering off my antidepressants because there's going to be more light. And so I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but yeah, I know. It's where we live. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just the Pacific Northwest. At any rate, speaking of feeling bad, I've noticed in my long life that sometimes you can be doing everything right. You know, you're showing up for work, you're doing a good job, you're being really sweet to the ones you love, and the day can still go south. And I think a moment like that deserves its own song. So I wrote this, it's called It Don't Add Up. See if you can relate to this. I'm sitting on my living room couch on a Sunday afternoon. My favorite cat is asleep in my lap, and I'm painting my toenails blue. Blue is the color of the summer sky. It's the color of my baby's eyes. Well, blue is the way I feel today, and I can't tell you why, but I tell you what. You know, sometimes it don't add up. I'm here at my yoga class. I'm gonna work out some of these kinks. I'm lying on my back on my plastic mat, and I'm trying not to think. I'm hoping for a spiritual connection. I'm listening for that cosmic hum. But truth is, I feel empty inside, and my left leg is going numb. Oh, I tell you what, you know how it goes. You know, sometimes people, yeah, sometimes it don't add up. Like 1 and 1 is 3, and 3 and 3 is 4. I need to simplify, but I always want just a little bit more. And I wake up every morning with an aching in my chest. It's the pain of being human, and there's no fix for that yet. Oh, but I tell you what, you know, sometimes people, sometimes it don't add up. Well, I gave up drinking on Easter. I gave up weed on the 4th of July. And I gave up sex with strangers back in 1995. I'm a seeker now, I'm a soldier. I'm working on that paradigm shift. But some days I confess I just stay in bed, and I don't give up. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes people, sometimes it don't add. Sometimes now people now, sometimes it don't add. Sometimes people now, woo, woo, it just don't add up. Well, it don't add up. Well, it don't add up. Don't add up. It just don't. Thank you. I was living back in Boston when I wrote this song. Anybody here from Boston? Anybody know the neighborhood Jamaica Plain? Seriously? Yeah, okay. Well, that song was written in Jamaica Plain. It's for you. Our words clattered like a tambourine, and the windows rattled as you slammed the screen door, and the harshness like a layer of dust settled on the floor. You know I got this twist inside that's like a beat-up fighter's pride, baby. Back me in a corner, I'll always hide just how much I hurt. In a love ain't no straight line, moving from point A to B. No, it's more like a spiral, circling endlessly. And the sky has borrowed your blue again, and it stares at me just like you did, with eyes full of a tenderness I'd never seen before. And what you told me, I remember well. Both the saint and the sinner pray from a cell, and the ugly and the dirty and the just and the pure can sound a lot alike. In love ain't no straight line, moving from point A to B. It's more like a spiral, circling endlessly. And I need you so bad that I hate you for it. Well, I love you so much, baby, it's frightening. And I need you tonight, just to hold me close and tell me everything will be alright. And if I ever come back home, I may be here and I may be gone, I haven't made up my mind yet. Oh baby, you've been such a jerk. Oh, I know love is merciful, but you know, baby, this is a petty world, and forgiveness just ain't very popular. Love ain't no straight line, moving from point A to B. No, it's more like a spiral, circling endless. Love ain't no straight line, moving from point A to B. No, it's more like a spiral, circling endlessly. It's a song I wrote for Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. That man needs a love song. That man needs some love. And so it's just my song for Julian Assange is called And I Love Julian. I love Julian, ooh. I love Julian. And I love Julian. I love Julian, ooh. And I love Julian. And I love Julian. Don't stand in the dark and lie to me. Come into the light where I can see the blood on your hands, oh, the evil in your eye. And I love Julian. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get rough. 'Cause I know just how tough we're gonna play. We wanna shut you down. Hey, we gotta shut you up. And I love Julian. The titans are trembling. are scared of Delilah cutting off their hair. Well-coiffed secrets are falling to the floor. And I love Julian, the uniforms and the business suits. You know them. They're terrified that we will see the truth, that they're bleeding us dry. They're taking everything we got. And I love Julian, all the heroes I ever loved. They have been shot, jailed, or hung for telling the truth, for saying it straight, for taking the heat. And I love Julian, I love Julian, ooh. I love Julian, I love Julian. You see the monster with his mask, you see the bullies with his guns and his gas, you see the people, oh, they're marching in the street. And I love Julian, I see my shiny war machine that fights a foe I do not know or see, while mercenaries profit and the politicians preen. I love Julian, and it won't be pretty, folks, it won't be nice, 'cause you know the truth requires a sacrifice. There is a cost we must be willing to pay. And I love Julian, the truth is a lover in the night, yeah. The truth is passion dead and high. The truth, it whispers in your ear. And now's the time to just stand up. Sometimes it's a word, oh, sometimes it's an act. Sometimes it's a march in the street. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's a riot. Sometimes it's a lead. And I love Julian, all the heroes I ever loved. They have been shot, jailed, or hung for telling the truth, for saying it straight, for taking the heat. And I love Julian, I love Julian, ooh. And I love Julian, and I love Julian, I love Julian, ooh. I love Julian, and I love Julian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to signal to my beloved twin to get back up here, and we're going to do some more twin sound. I want to thank all of you for coming out. We do have this tip jar up here if you felt so inclined to reach into your wallet, and I see some people have been, it's been primed. Just take a moment to get our. Was to happen when I beat it with the drumstick. Here's a G. Well, that's better. So it was you, I think. Let me hear your A. I don't know where it is. Well, I want to set the song up a little bit. A song of mine called Gaza. And first of all, a colleague of mine, a singer-songwriter and a producer, Lainey Ballou, is here tonight. And she's going to have, I know she's hosting a concert with a fabulous local songwriter by the name of Jim Page, who, you know, is just such an icon in the Northwest music scene. And before we invaded Iraq, Jim Page was singing at anti-war rally up at Seattle Community College up on Capitol Hill. This was in the fall, and it was a very small gathering. And there was Jim Page, and I was so struck by this because I was at the University of Washington in 1970 when Jim Page was also on the scene singing anti-war songs, and so he really inspired me. I'm a big fan of his, but he's the inspiration for this song called Gaza. And there's a piece of my friend Marcia, who's here tonight, in this story, in that she and her family were living in New Jersey when the Twin Towers were, our 9/11 disaster. And I remember talking to her on the phone, and her loved ones weren't harmed, but some of her kids' friends lost parents. And I remember her saying to me, she says, she said something like, his dad just didn't come home. And so that's in this song too. It's a song called Gaza. Oh, Mama, look up in the sky. Another star has lost its light. It used to shine on Gaza, but it is no more. Oh, the darkness loves a war. I had a sister with a beautiful laugh that made living worthwhile. Then one day she got caught in a blast, and now, I just want to kill. Oh, Mama, look up in the sky. Another star has lost its light. It used to shine on Baghdad, but it is no more. Oh, the darkness loves a war. And I had a father with a gentle heart who taught me wrong from right. Then one day he didn't come home, and now I tell you, I'm just gonna fight. Oh, Mama, look up in the sky. Another star has lost its light. It used to shine on Kandahar, but it is no more. Oh, the darkness loves a war. So gather round, you lovers of peace. The night is closing in. Come join hands with me, we'll take to the street again. Some will war, some will kill, but it is not our fate. Believe love can conquer hate. But oh, Mama, look up Another star has lost its light. It used to shine on Manhattan, but it is no more. Oh, the darkness loves war. Well, it used to shine on Manhattan, but it is no more. Oh, the darkness loves a war.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim Page. Thank you, Marcia, for coming out tonight. Yeah. Didn't sound like a political evening when we were rehearsing. Well, you know, this stuff happens. The truth is everywhere. I'm not playing on this, I'm just singing.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't know the chords.
Oh, come
Siri,
on.
I don't know the chords.
The chords are right here. G and E.
Oh,
You weren't doing that. You were picking.
was I? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Okay.
charming.
Okay, all right. Charming picking? Okay, all right. Well, I aim to please.
Otherwise, we're not.
See how bossy she is? I mean, 6 minutes and it's like,
Yeah, but I don't want to be stuck
Okay.
by myself.
he just kind of rocks. Okay, yeah. 2, 3. Oh, you know, Rocky, I hear it. What? Hit something low. Rattling? It's a little late for this, Siri. The show's almost over. I just heard it. Okay.
It's been sneaking in all night long.
Now suddenly I don't have any confidence. This is a rare moment.
There it is. Siri, just play. Get the thing that's rattling.
Okay, I'll get it. Sir, you play. It's the Manhasset. Okay, just play. Sit down on the floor. You know, after 8 years, you got to get in there with a big wrench because that nut and the other thing, it just goes all like this. Go ahead, take that home with you. All right. Thank you, sir. Man, this soon better be worth it. It's an E minor. Back to that E minor. Anybody have an instrument? You're gonna know the tune here in a second. Well, mother, there's far too many of your kind. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today.
just simply 'cause our hair is long. Oh, my hair, you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in day. Oh, I picket sign for them. Well, and picket lines who found them. Welcome to me with brutality. Baby, talk to me so we can see. Oh, baby, what's going on? Well, baby, what's going on? Don't you know?
Marvin Gaye, thank you.
Yeah, doing good. Blue Light Boogie. Blue Light Boogie. Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I usually have my set list here, but I was noticing somebody did a little video of me while I was singing. It's hard to see yourself on the video, and I didn't feel like I was smiling enough, so. Have I been smiling? Oh, good. Okay. See, I think it's working. Just a simple note to self. Okay.
I can't believe you put that tape on the side of your Gibson.
The Gibson loves abuse. What American Airlines did to this guitar in the mid '80s. It's just, it was a whole new world of tone after that incident. Okay.
Well, wait. After Karen and I had our musical divorce in the early 80s, I got this call from this swing band. And I had a lot of fun with them without Karen, I gotta say. The Rhythm Boys featuring Siri Blaine. We did this tune, Louis Jordan too. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. Did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low.
Sing it, sis.
I went to a party with the Bobby Sox, and at that party really got a shock. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. I started swinging. I threw my left foot out. I kept on swinging. Somebody shout, they did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. Oh, well, the dudes were in the groove, yeah.
In the groove.
But they barely moved.
They barely
I
moved.
didn't see how those cats could dance when their feet didn't even
How do they do that?
Move, well, what a party. I should have stayed at home. What a party. Yeah, I felt like a chaperone. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. You feel like playing? Do it again. high expectations. You want to go around twice, don't ya? Everybody's dreamed twice. You're gonna pay for that. The girls and boys make so much noise. They even had a raid. I didn't see what those cats could find. Only ice cream and lemonade. Shit.
Ice
maybe
cream
blow
and
that.
lemonade. What kind of
What
party
a
is that?
Should have stayed at home. What a party. I felt like a chaperone. I did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. They did the boogie real slow with the blue line way down low. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. We're going to do another tune and probably say goodnight. We want to thank Aaron behind, who's worked so hard, Kevin, the sound guy, and music manager of Soul Food Books, Clint, who I think has gone home now. And thank you all for coming out. I'm Karen Blaine, Siri Barterson. You can friend us on Facebook. You can buy my CDs online, and we look forward to seeing you again. So spread the word, and hopefully we'll be back. And Siri, well, I'm going to be talking to her on the way home in the car with some of your remarks. I just, felt bad about those. Well, I feel bad about the solo around twice. You ever do that to me again, you're gonna be in trouble. What are we doing here?
I want to do Angel Eyes.
Oh, you do? Okay, well. She likes playing with fire. What key are we now? Okay, I think.
I've got the rubber thingy on the 4th fret.
Okay, right, the rubber thingy. Okay, well then I think
I'm gonna be in a G
that means I put the. Is that it? Is that your chord? Yeah, there. Boy, okay. Anybody ever remember the Rainbow Tavern in the U District? Well, so many artists were there. You guys weren't born. There was an artist, singer-songwriter out of Texas named Willis Allen Ramsey, and he had a hit with the Carpenters, made famous his
Captain and Tennille.
The Captain and Tennille made famous his Muskrat Love. But he was a terrific guitar player, and it's a song of his called Angel Eyes. Secure right here. I think I start this up. Jiminy Christmas. We got okay.
Been playing long?
Must be past 9:45. It just all goes south.
You're getting a little tired, aren't you, sis?
Okay. Good enough. Way looking in the city. Way looking any place. You look in any corner, and then you find a pretty face. Then you come on round to my house. Oh, I'll show you something more, my love adore. He's one of the woodlands. He is one of the plains. He is one of the mountains. He's at home on the range.
these things of beauty. They left a kiss on him. Well, I'm telling. I tell you, he is as sweet, well, as a pecan pie. Listening to his laughter, well, I get hypnotized. Well, goodness knows, well, I love my angel eyes. He is as sweet, well, as a pecan pie, as a pecan pie. Listening to his laughter, well, I get hypnotized. Well, goodness knows, well, I love my angel eyes. Where he is understanding. He's patient with my dreams. He is not demanding, no. He doesn't stomp and scream, oh no, he don't. And each night as I love him, I thank the great divine that he is mine. Oh, that he is mine. I tell ya, he is as sweet, he is as sweet as a pecan pie, as a pecan pie. Listening to his laughter, well, I get hypnotized. When goodness knows, well, I love my angel eyes. I tell you, he is as sweet as a pecan pie, as a pecan pie. Listening to his laughter, I get hypnotized. And goodness knows, well, I love my angel eyes. Ooh.
Thank you so much for coming out. It's
Thank
been
you,
great.
Soulful
Thanks.
Books. Thank you, Soulful Books.